Well, hello everyone, it's Kari, and I'm back again with you on the channel to share some more inspiration for some Christmas potion bottles. Whimsy Stamps just came out with this new Washi Labels Christmas edition, and I love them. You can see I've already used one here. Let me show you the card I use that on. I shared this card in a video previously, so if you missed that, you can head on back to watch that earlier. But today I'm going to use these potion bottle labels for some Christmas cards, and this is the one I'm going to use today. Now I've already cut out a few elements here. Most of these are from the potion bottle die set, but I also cut out this ticket here from the Terrific Tickets set, and also some drips from the Juicy die set. And now I'm just going to go ahead and place that gingerbread syrup label right on the front label of this bottle. Now I decided it needed a little more color, so I'm going to ink around the edges with a little bit of red ink. And that's going to just bring that out just a little bit. You can see there. And I think that looks good just about there. But I also thought the background needed a little color. I used this Tweed cover plate die to give it some dimension, to give it some texture. And now I'm going to mask off just some of the corners like I did on this one, where I colored up just different sections of the background. But this time I'm going to use that red again just to give it more of a Christmassy vibe. And I'm using a similar card design as that one that I just showed you with the grape jelly. So this one is going to be just as fun, only with a Christmas theme. So I love this. I'm just using some repositionable tape. This is low tack tape, and trying to see where it needs a little more color behind those elements. So I'm just placing them on that background to kind of get an idea of where I needed some more color. So see, I'm just going to go around a little bit, add some more to just some of those sections. And I'm kind of following the dotted lines on that Tweed cover plate. I love this cover plate. It's one of my newest obsessions in addition to the potion bottle die. I've used this cover plate die on so many cards this season, so I highly recommend. Now I'm going to add another layer to that little bow. This is just going to give it some more stability and help it to stand up on the card. And I've cut this out of red cardstock, so it's going to bring in a Christmas vibe. By the way, that background, or the drippy, glittery piece there, that's actually foam that already had the glitter on it and kind of a gingerbread brown color. I got that at my local craft store. Now, here are a couple of stamp sets. I've stamped all of them out just to see which one I wanted to use for my gingerbread syrup. I think you could use any of these elements and they would all be cute. I've also cut out another one of the corks from the potion bottles die out of some green, and I'm going to ink up the edges to give it a little more dimension. If your card is ever feeling a little flat with some of your die cut pieces, then inking up around the edges really does the trick to make it pop just a little bit more. So I'm also going to ink up the edges of the potion bottle that is brown, but it was feeling a little flat, so I'm bringing in some vintage photo to just kind of make the edges a little bit darker. And there we go. That's going to make it pop just a little more off that background. Now there's this piece right here that I am going to die cut out and place it over the opening of the bottle, but I wanted it to feel more like a kind of a Christmassy element. So I'm taking the layering stencil from the Terrific Tickets layering stencil set, and I'm using the striped one to make it look like candy cane stripes. And look how cute that just transforms that completely. So now it's a Christmas gingerbread syrup bottle. I've also cut out a piece of fun foam for this front piece. That's going to give this some more dimension, and I'll just glue that foam right to the label, and then I'll glue that onto our bottle. When I'm using fun foam, I like to use a little extra glue because I feel like it needs just a little extra help to stick on there really well. And then I'll take that green topper and put that behind the bottle. And then our candy cane piece is going to glue right here on the top. Look how fun that little bottle is. I'm just going to adjust that cork just a little bit to make it fit right. Now this is coming together, but it does need that little bow, so we're going to go ahead and glue that on. And I did use some really thick cardstock on the back, so that will just stay just like it is. Now we can glue on this foam piece here with all the glitter, glue that to the background there. I've already put the tweed background cover onto a card base, so we've already got that. And I went ahead and chose the mug for the little gingerbread mug. I thought that would be so cute. And I thought I would put this little gingerbread man right inside the mug, so I cut off the bottom portion from the die so that it would look like it fit right in there. But when I put it together, it didn't really pop as much as I wanted. So I decided to make that little gingerbread cookie kind of peek out from behind the bottle. And I thought that was really cute, just like that. So we're going to put it like that. So this is another piece of foam that I cut out to give it even more dimension. Pop that up off the background. I'll glue the bottle to that foam piece, and then I'm going to glue and kind of nestle this little gingerbread man right between the foam and the bottle. So he's just hanging out there, and it looks a little 3D, which is so fun. Now I've added some foam adhesive behind that little gingerbread man just to support him, and I'm gluing the rest down just like this, and I'll place it right over that drippy background. Now I can add the gingerbread ticket. I love that stamp set for the terrific tickets, the Christmas version. There's actually a couple Christmas versions, and I will link all the products below if you're interested and you want to learn a little more about them. So I'm adding foam tape to the little gingerbread mug, and I'm doubling it up so that he pops up the highest above that mug and above the drippy background. And now I'm going to add one more little glittery drippy piece to the top of the bottle here. So that's going to kind of show that this is one sticky gingerbread syrup bottle. A little bit of stickles really adds to the Christmassy glittery feel. So I just pop that in those little holes in the topper, the cork topper. And there is our card. Look how cute that is. It sparkles a little. It's got some great dimension. I think I could use a little more red in the background on the left there, but I'm okay with it. I think it turned out great. Now here's a couple other cards I made with this new Christmas washi. Here's the eggnog. I turned it into a shaker, and that frame is from the Extreme Postage frame die. And then look at that eggnog. And the holiday cheer is also from another new stamp set. I'll see if I can find it and link it below. But that fit really well on the little label. Of course, I had to use the Elven tag set to create the Elves' favorite candy cane syrup. And you can use that chunky checkers frame to really bring that all together. I used the Yum die set and some flocked paper for the little elf hat. I think that turned out so cute. Then of course I had to make some tags. So these are standalone tags, shakers, and I used the Mix and Mingle alpha to spell out the words merry, joy, and then I also brought in a couple of different candy canes. And I'll show you some of those sets, and I'll also link those below for the candy canes. Then this one, I used that Frosted Wonder for the label, and a little 2 stamp from the Christmas Portrait stamp set, which really works well for some tags. Now this is the last one, and I just love these little gumdrops that cut out from that slimline gumdrop die. So I went ahead and added some glitter to make them look sugary. And then I used a couple layers for the bow, so a green, and then I used that same candy cane stripe to make a background and be able to cut out the bow to look stripedy. A few peppermints over the top, I thought really brought this all together. And then that Sweet Christmas is from let me bring that card or the stamp set in. I'll show you where those all came from. And you can see the frame around that gumdrop one is the wonky dots frame, which I cut out from the same blue glittery paper that I cut out the little label background on that one. So I also thought it would be super cute with these little Yetis and have a blue Christmassy bottle with the Yetis. But this is the Quick Strips 2 dies that I used for the little icicles on that 2 label, and also the background for the Joy and the background for the Merry. So those labels. And then these came from this Christmas portrait stamp set, and they are the really cutest candy canes. And then the other candy cane came from the Cocoa Mugs stamp set. Here's where I got the Sweet Christmas. These little elves would be also very cute. Instead of, if you don't have that Elven tag, that would be a really cute option as well. I love that idea. And then here is the very cute Christmas Terrific Tickets stamp set. That's where the gingerbread ticket came from. But also, I think you could stamp these directly on the bottle and they would fit as well. So many options, lots you can do, lots of different things. So check your stash, see what you can put together. These are super fun to create. In my opinion, I just love them. I want to hear from you. Let me know what you would do with these Christmas washi labels and what you would create, or maybe what card you enjoyed the most. I really did enjoy putting these all together. I had to quit so that I could finish this video and get it all wrapped up for you, but you know I could have created about a gazillion more, or at least a dozen. Anyway, I enjoyed being here. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'll list and link everything below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you real soon with more card inspiration. Bye-bye.